Hey there guys, it's Jesse, and today we're taking on the Conclave of Wind in World of Warcraft Cataclysm. Now, this is the type of fight that to really truly do the viewer any justice, you have to show all the aspects of the fight, and to do so requires multiple recordings. So, for this guide, we have killed the boss many times just so we can show you all the angles of this fight on film. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because this is technically 3 mini-bosses on 3 separate platforms, and to make this work you need to have people on each platform. If you don't when you engage, you will wipe. Take my word for it. So, chances are, in a single given run, while you may only be asked to be on 1 or 2 of the platforms at a time, you will still need to know what's going on all of them, especially using our strategy. Now, when you enter the raid instance, you'll notice there are 4 outer platforms and 1 inner. For the moment, ignore the giant boss in the middle. Our concern today is with the other 3 platforms. We'll navigate them clockwise so you can see in a little bit more detail what we're working with. For the first boss, Anshel, aka the green guy, his attacks are almost entirely based on his ability to spawn and then heal adds. At the start of the battle, 1 tank, 1 healer, and 3 DPS engage him and AoE down all the adds, preventing any and all healing effects the boss does from having any effect whatsoever. The only other major thing you have to watch out for is the green swirling circle he puts on the ground. This is a soothing breeze that will silence you if you're standing in it, so don't. Now let's move on to Nazir, aka the blue guy. Now, Nazir is what we in the raiding business like to call a pain in the ass. And really, if you have any problems with this encounter, it's probably coming from this guy. He is the one who deals the majority of the damage. First, he does a stacking debuff called Wind Chill to anyone fighting on his platform. That's why we only had a tank and a healer there to start. While there, he'll do a cone ice attack called Permafrost and has a slowing ice patch, but they really don't do that much damage unless your stacking debuff gets up really high, and it eventually will. So here's where the trick comes in. In order to keep your Nazir tank and healer alive, they're going to have to switch off with the tank and healer from Anshel. There's a perfect time and place for this, and we'll get to it in a minute. The final guy, Rohash, is by far the easiest of the 3. For this guy, we only put 2 DPS and 1 healer on the platform to start. His abilities are a wind attack that does minimal damage, summoning easily avoidable tornadoes, and a wind blast that can knock you back off the platform like so. The only issue with this boss is that the wind blast attack has no red laser warning you like the fire guy in Omnitron, or no ground effect that you can see. So you need to pay attention to your DBM and watch the boss. And as you saw just a second ago, sometimes the tornadoes get in the way and you can't see when he's about to do it, so you have to keep a lookout. The best way I can say to look out for this ability is to watch his casting animation. When he does a normal attack, he'll be using both hands, but when he does Wind Blast, he'll only be using one. If you see him going one-handed, get out of the way. Okay, so those are the boss's basic abilities. Now here's where things get crazy. During the fight, no matter which of the 3 bosses you're on, you'll notice a yellow bar beneath their health that will start at 0 of 90. As the fight progresses, it will slowly tick up, and when it reaches 90, all 3 will unleash a special ability. Since Anshel's is just a heal for any allies on his platform, we don't really need to talk about it since all his allies should be dead. Rohash, on the other hand, has a hurricane ability that sucks you up into the air similar to that of Malygos, and you lose any ability to cast except for instant spells. But, like I said before, the real problem here is Nazir, who does a Sleet Storm which roughly does 30k frost damage a second. But, it's spread out amongst everyone who's on the platform, so the more people, the better. So here's how we did it. At 80 of 90 on the yellow bar, everyone from Anshel's platform jumps to Nazir's. Meanwhile, the tank and healer from Nazir jump to Anshel's. Not only does this put a lot of people on the ice platform for the Sleet Storm, but it also removes the debuff from Nazir's original tank and healer, who now have the incredibly easy job of just living through Anshel's painless ability. The 2 DPS on Rohash jump to the ice platform at 80 as well, leaving only the healer. The healer now just needs to keep himself up during this hurricane phase, which is very simple. After the special attack is over, the 3 bosses reset at 0 of 90, and the DPS return to where they started from. This platform jumping and tank switching should take place maybe 1 or 2 more times, and in the end, you have a 1-minute window to kill all 3. With good planning, the first to die should be Anshul, then all the DPS jump to Ice, Rohash should be just as low and hopefully go down next, and now the Rohash DPS jump to Nazir, who will easily fall within the minute you have left. And that's the fight. It's as easy as that. So remember, if I can do it, you can do it. So, for double proof that it works, here's the combination of the kill videos. watching, guys. Hopefully it helped. Thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, to be continued.